Ladies and gentlemen, squadron leader Mike Lingy, Red 10 of the Red Arrows.
Well, thank you very much, Trevor. Very good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. As you just heard, my name is Squadron Leader Mike Ling and I am Red 10. I supervise the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. I can hear them on the radio, so I know they're getting close, ready to start the display in just under 4 minutes' time. I'm waiting to check in with Red 1 to give an update on the situation here at Duxford. But as soon as I do, I'll let you know and tell you what is happening in terms of the time and what type of display Red 1 will fly. We do have 3 types of display we can fly, normally dependent on the weather. So a full display needs a minimum cloud base of 5,500 feet. If it's lower than that, we'll fly our rolling display. If it's lower than 2,500 feet, it'll be our flat display. We have other issues here at Duxford. Unfortunately, we're very close to Stansted and their associated airspace, and today we are being capped by Stansted, so we've got a maximum height to fly today of 3,000 feet. So even if we do get big blue sky, Red 1 will be leading a rolling display. I'll tell you what he decides. He might elect to fly flat when he assesses what this cloud is doing. For those who are used to a Red Arrows display at Duxford, I am about to announce we've got a slightly different display line here today. Obviously, there have been some changes to display flying regulations since the tragic events at Shoreham in 2015, and to that end, we're now obliged to avoid the built-up area of Duxford Village. So we've rotated the display line very slightly. So when I talk to you about being crowd front or looking straight ahead, I'd like you to look down to the far right of the display line over those 2 silver DC-3s. In that distance, you can see a mast in the very distance on the horizon. That is now straight ahead for the Red Arrows display. 2017! Here's the Red Arrows! This is his 3rd and final year as the team leader. He's a former Hawk flying instructor and Tornado F3 air defence pilot. He then joined the Red Arrows in 2009. He left in 2011 having led the synchro pair, and then moved on to fly the Tucano as a flying instructor before returning to lead the team in 2015. In from the left now, this is Phoenix. First of our new pilots this year, he's Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Toby Keeley. Toby is a Ford Hawk T2. To the right now, the shape of an aircraft, specifically that of a Spitfire, ready for the Spitfire roll. Upside down now, reaching 2,500 feet in this roll at 400 miles an hour. Their lives in the Royal Air. Look at the formation on the leader's left wing is the next of our new pilots. He's Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Dan Lowes. Dan is a former Typhoon pilot. He spent a number of tours on the front line and then became a qualified weapons instructor. More recently has been on the test and evaluation squadron. Looking left, the smoke is on. 8 and 9 switch to red and blue smoke as they start to roll around the other 7 aircraft in Tornado. Making it hard for Reds 8 and 9 to continue this turn. Red 1 enters in 3G left-hand turn. Tornado finishing over to our front line. behind, and they're forming the shape of a fabulous feat of British aviation engineering excellence as they continue this left-hand turn. They put white smoke on now in Concorde. Red 5, Chris would like to say a big shout out to his mum and dad, his brother Julian, his wife Elena, and their kids Harry, David, Irene, Grace, and their friend Sophie. We've also got a friend here who is Hannah. Big hello to you guys. To the right now, our trademark shape, this is Diamond, and it's the Diamond Roll. There we go, silhouette to now, trademark shape, all-line jet smoking, once again 400 miles an hour at 2,500 feet inverted. Finishing with the Diamond Roll, that now signifies that's the end of the first miles of the aero display, where so far we've had all 9 jets fitted over. You'll see over to the front left, the Diamond is changing to a big T shape, that's known as Dagger. At the front of Dagger are Reds 1 to 5, they're known as Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5, and at the back in the straight line are Reds 6, 7, 8 and 9. Their collective name as a formation is Jippo. Jippo was the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 aircraft back in 1968 when the Red Arrows started flying night ship displays. So now rolling out over this fabulous lineup of Spitfire aircraft, the white smoke is on. Get your cameras ready for the detonator. Enid split at the top, now keep your eyes on Jippo. The cruising speed is 820 miles an hour as they get ready to fly the Jippo Pass. Through the middle of the vortex with the white smoke is Grelly. He is Lieutenant Mike Walsh. The next call you'll hear is Threshold. That means they're happy to continue this manoeuvre. The opposition barrel rolls. Drop down stacked top to bottom with 5 at the very back, 1 at the top, 2, 3 and 4 in between. Red 1 enters a left-hand turn. The following pilots input a lot of rudder using their feet to swing the jets out like a pendulum. And we fly the majority of our shapes with the odd-numbered pilots on the left-hand side, the even-numbered pilots flying on the right. In this shape, it's the other way round. Now we have Reds 2 and 4 on the left, 3 and 5 on the right. They want to switch to the other way round. They do this in the slalom. Now you have Red Reds 2 and 4 on the right, Reds 3 and 5 on the left as they continue this left-hand turn. The shape is battle. The jets around 20 feet apart in this shape. All 5 jets now pressing the top right button on the control column to operate the red smoke. Now they use their natural thumb position where the white smoke button sits to switch back to red smoke. This is the Hurricane. There you have rotated line rolling around 6 and 7 who are going upside down and upright at different stages as they fly the Hurricane. The suits coming from the right will have Enid. They've elected to go flat now since the pattern is easier to arrange after that pause, and they'll be coming in for a manoeuvre we call the Revolution. The second year pilot with the team. He is on the right side. He flew as Red 2 last year. He's a former Tucano and Tornado pilot. He'd like to say hello to his mum and dad, Val and Trev, watching today. Now looking ahead for Jippo and the Jippo break. The inside pilots pitch up to the outside as they fly the rollbacks. Ready for a 6G turn? This is the carousel. Pulling 6G, the pilots work very hard. Everything in their bodies is 6 times bigger than usual, so they're working hard to stop the blood from pooling in their feet and out of their brains to make them blackouts. They're inflating trousers to help that. They're cross-swapping their smoke colours. Over around the front, they're swapped back to white smoke as they finish their final manoeuvre in the carousel. Duxford, please put your hands together for the synchro pair. One rolling, he puts his red smoke on, he pitches up to draw the mathematical symbol for infinity around the rest of the formation. This is the infinity break. You've been watching the Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team, the Red Arrows.